This morning, time is running out to avoid a partial government shutdown, what lawmakers from both parties are saying as the deadline nears.
We are going to take that surplus and return it to the people who created it.
State lawmakers at odds over how to get extra money back in your pocket. The two plans on the table.
Plus, new analysis shows how Trump-era tariffs could be hitting your wallet. Ahead, consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn breaks down the numbers. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Friday, February 13th. Friday the 13th, but we made it to the end of the week.
Hey, we did. And although we're right in the middle of February, it feels like spring is about to be sprung, I guess. Let's check in with Savannah and see where we're starting off this morning and where we're headed. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I almost forget it's winter with the warm temperatures we've been having, and so will you this weekend once you find out how warm it's going to be. We've been detailing it all week, though, so hopefully you already are aware. 25 in Madison, still a little cooler in Watertown this morning at 17, with Toma's only at 11, but a lot of us well into the 20s this morning, 26 in Viroqua and 27 in Monroe. Expecting a lot of sunshine again this afternoon and even for Valentine's Day. Both days less breezy than what we saw at the beginning of the week, and temperatures that are going to climb well into the 40s today. I do expect some areas to top out at 50, and then we even have one day in the next few where we could see some 60s. We'll have details on why that's the case and who has the best chance of seeing that coming up.
Thank you. Breaking news this morning. The Iowa County Sheriff's Department says they are investigating a homicide in the village of Ridgeway.
Deputies responded to a welfare check on Collins Street yesterday morning and found one person dead. A person of interest is in custody, and officials say there is no threat to the public. The investigation is active, and anyone with information is asked to contact Iowa County Crime Stoppers. You can do so at 608-319-6703.
You can get updates to this story and other news right in the palm of your hand with the Channel 3000 Plus or Channel 3000 News app. Get those alerts as soon as they happen. Download it wherever you get your apps. Well, the clock is ticking in Washington this morning. Lawmakers have less than 20 hours to fund the Department of Homeland Security.
The Senate failed to pass a bill that would have funded DHS through September. Lawmakers are deadlocked over DHS's immigration enforcement policies. Democrats want limits on roving patrols, stricter use of force rules, body cameras for agents, and a ban on masks. House Speaker Mike Johnson says it's unclear what Democrats hope to accomplish.
The ICE funding is already done for the entirety of the Trump administration, so they're not affecting that in any way.
Unless there are really strong, meaningful reforms to rein in ICE and stop the violence, there will not be Democratic votes.
Unless the Senate cuts its week-long recess short, DHS could shut down for at least 11 days.
Today, President Trump expected to meet U.S. troops involved in Operation Absolute Resolve. That was the mission to capture Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. About 200 service members participated. No one was killed, but some were injured. The meeting will be held at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, home of the Joint Special Operations Command.
And right now, the state is deciding how to use a nearly $2.5 billion budget surplus. The governor and Republican leadership in the Assembly and Senate all agree that Wisconsinites need property tax relief, but they can't decide how to do it. There are two different proposals. Governor Evers would sign a bill that would put the surplus towards special education reimbursement and general aid for school. There would be property tax relief through school levy tax credit and tax exemptions for cash tips.
In our discussions with the governor, he's been pretty clear that he wants to make sure that some money goes toward education.
These bills are simple. We are going to take that surplus and return it to the people who created it.
Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu proposes to provide rebate checks. It would be $1,000 for joint filers and $500 for single filers.
New this morning in consumer news, a new analysis from the Federal Reserve Bank reveals nearly 90% of President Trump's tariffs in 2025 were paid by consumers and businesses.
Consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn joins us in studio to break down the data and share how shoppers are feeling the financial strain. Michelle Renee, good morning.
Chris, Kyrian, good morning. The analysis finds from January to August, U.S. importers bore 94% of tariff costs. Importers passing most of that cost on in higher prices to manufacturers and retailers, ultimately you, the consumer. Now, while exporters began to shoulder slightly more of that by November, consumers and businesses in the U.S. remained on the hook for 86%. The Federal Reserve Bank says the Treasury Department collected $287 billion in tariffs in 2025, and that's up 192% from the previous year. But the Supreme Court ruling looms. The U.S. government could owe businesses as much as $168 billion in refunds if the court says Trump exceeded his authority under emergency powers law. Now, for taxpayers, this means two conflicting realities. In the short term, the government is collecting a lot of money from tariffs, but in the long term, if those tariffs are ruled unlawful, taxpayers might ultimately bear the cost of larger refunds, which ultimately could mean higher future taxes, more borrowing, or spending cuts. So the tax hitting consumers twice, once at the store via higher prices, and potentially again if refunds are required. And we will feel this, especially in southern Wisconsin.
All right, and absolutely, with all the local production, dairy operations, what can you tell us about that?
Well, when you consider that farm equipment prices and the tariffs on steel or imported machinery, it's a lot. But the court is expected to make its decision soon. Legally, they have until the end of the current term, which is late spring, early summer.
All right, Michelle Renee, thank you. 6:05 now. In developing news this morning, Monona Grove School District leadership says a former employee made fraudulent purchases worth thousands with district money.
Police are now investigating, and here's what we know. On December 16th, the district identified questionable purchases. On December 23rd, a former staff member admitted to making those purchases, prompting a formal review. That review wrapped up February 4th when the district determined the employee owed about $38,000. The employee paid the school back on February 6th, which is the same day police were notified and opened an investigation. In a letter to the community, the district president says the employee was a former administrative assistant to the principal at Monona Grove High School. The employee's last day was October 9th last year, before the district discovered the misuse. The district believes the misappropriation happened between 2023 and 2025. Leaders say they will continue working with police and will review and refine internal controls until the matter is fully resolved.
An update now on plans to bring Amtrak through Madison. The latest study shows a proposed stop won't be ready until 2032, but it all depends on funding. Most of the money would come from federal sources. Amtrak, federal agencies, and private freight companies are all involved, but nothing is set in stone at this point. The state did get a federal grant to begin planning a passenger rail line to Madison in 2023. That funding was not enough to break ground on a project, even though locations are picked out. Madison also missed out on $800 million for high-speed rail back in 2010. No trains to board yet in Madison, but the city is working on building a downtown intermodal station.
6:07, nominations are open for Madison Magazine's Best of Madison. All you have to do, log on to channel3000.com and click on the link to nominate. There it is right there. You can nominate your favorites, businesses, TV personalities, whatever it may be, it's on there. You have until the end of the month to do so. And we are celebrating the city's best business and leaders. You can join us for Best of Business program February 27th at the Concourse Hotel. And you can learn more and get tickets at channel3000.com.
You can also nominate your favorite burger for the third annual Wisconsin's Best Burger Contest. Wisconsin Beef Council is putting it on, celebrating Wisconsin's bars, restaurants, and grills. The Elite 8 finalists will receive statewide recognition, but they have to meet the following criteria. They have to be 100% beef. Things like spices can be added, though. Composed of formed ground beef patties or patties, patty or patties, one or two or multiple, however many you want. Served on a bun or another bread must be on the restaurant's regular menu, and it has to be open year-round. You have until March 15th to nominate.
That guac looked good.
I love a good burger.
Me too.
Burger connoisseur.
Yum.
We gotta get on our burger.
I know.
Quest.
Gotta get back and try the next one. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, as you guys get on your burger quest, maybe you can plan a date for Valentine's Day. For Valentine's Day Eve, I have passed out your guys' Valentines for this year. So happy
Thank
Valentine's
you.
Day. I wrote some little poems, and I'm excited for you to read them.
All right.
They're always so good. You
going
put so
first?
much thought into these, and they're so special. Thank you.
Yes. Who's first?
Okay.
Okay.
When you ladies want to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. It says, Happy Valentine's Day. Roses are red. Trees have sticks. Nothing compares to your weather graphics. I love it. Thank you.
It's a stretch of a rhyme, sorry.
I like it.
Wait, and she popped this up real quick. Mine says, Roses are red. You're the mom of our team. Thanks for taking care of us. Kyrie on Queen.
Oh, I love that.
Roses are red, clouds sometimes gray. MRQ wishes you a happy Valentine's Day.
Period.
Love
And
it.
happy
Thank you
Valentine's Day
so
to
much.
every
Happy
at home.
Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's
Appreciate
Day.
it.
Thank you.
Of course.
Cute.
All right, well, we're tracking a warm holiday weekend and even into Monday next week. We're looking at the 40s, well into the 40s this afternoon. Could even see a 50 out there across some of the area, and then maybe even a 60 or so on Monday. We'll have a look at what areas will see that best chance of potentially reaching the 60s coming up in a little bit.
Savannah, thank you. Still ahead, we're live in Baraboo as the community is once again coming together this Valentine's Day. We'll show you how they're sharing love across all generations in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608, Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and one community is making sure everyone is feeling the love, including our elders.
Josh Brider's live in Baraboo this morning with how they're doing just that. Good morning, Josh.
Hey, good morning to you guys. It is one of our favorite weekends of the year as we're talking about Valentine's Day, and we're at our house here in Baraboo. I've got three friends joining us in the 608, Ashley and Beth from our house, and also Tony from Nito's Bake Shop. Ashley, I want to start with you. Adopt a Grandparent is back. This is one of your favorite events of the year.
Absolutely. It takes off every year. We look forward to it.
You know, what is this all about for you guys here at our house?
So it gives the community an opportunity to join in and they don't know necessarily how to come and volunteer, so they are able to purchase cookies and be a part of it that way.
And Beth, let's talk a little bit about that impact for these folks living in here, because this is so exciting for them.
Yes, it's a huge impact. It puts us out all over the community. People look forward to this every year. So they're all on our website, they're on our Facebook page, they're always looking forward to this event. It's our biggest event throughout the year. So.
And Nito's Bake Shop is a part of it as well. Tony, the baker, is here. Tony, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So what makes you want to partner up with our house for this event every year?
First of all, they're wonderful people. The staff and this place, they're phenomenal. It's also really important to me personally because it highlights the people that are in your life that have been important to you, whether it's your grandparents or aunts or uncles, your cousins. And so it gives me an opportunity to give back, which I love to do, and to highlight people I think get off to the side or forgotten about.
And this year you've got these lovely cookies that people will be able to purchase, and these will be gifted to these residents this weekend.
Yes, we'll be delivering them fresh tomorrow morning.
I love that. And, you know, we talk about that meaningful impact, and there's somebody that we want to talk about this morning, and we have some news to share with folks. You may remember Jeannie from over the years. Well, unfortunately, she passed away earlier this month, but she left us with such a positive impact that we wanted to take a moment to look back at some of our favorite moments with Jeannie. Take a look at those cookies. What do you think of those cookies?
Ooh, they're very yoo-hoo good.
So how special is this? Look at all this love right here.
Oh, this is so wonderful. I am so happy for everybody that called in to adopt us.
So we are obviously missing Jeannie. She left such a positive, inspirational vibe on everyone here, and there's that spot missing here today. But if there's something to kind of show, this is why an event like this is so important, because these folks love this so much.
They looked forward to it every year. So Jeannie was always, come December, it was, oh, we're almost to Valentine's Day. Have you contacted the Nitos? Have you contacted the news? She loved it. Yep.
And that's why it's important for folks to remember our elders, right? Because it's all about the love.
Absolutely. And Jeannie was always about the love. If you remember, she was always, this is what we do it for, the love. And she loved our house. And she loved Nito. She loved Tony. She just loved everybody. So this is our way of honoring Jeannie as well.
Well, we're definitely missing her this morning. So if you'd like to learn more about how you can share some love here in the future, of course, we're all about cookies. We're all about cupcakes we've done in the past. This is your time to make a difference moving forward here, guys. Remember our older folks this Valentine's Day. Guys, back to you.
So they're super special. So yeah, keep them in mind. every day, every season. Josh, thank you. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out on social media or email us at in608@wisctv.com for a chance to be featured.
All right, Savannah, 25 degrees sounds like a good starting point for today. What do you say?
Yeah, sure does. And some spots are even closer to 30, 28 in Platteville, 26 in Viroqua. But yeah, we set it a nice 30 or 25 in Madison. We've got a couple areas in the teens, 16 in Watertown, 11 in Watoma, and 12 this morning in Black River Falls. There's no wind chill factored in though, and we're expecting a lot of sunshine heading into Valentine's Day weekend. We'll be close to 50 today. Some spots, I think south and southwest of Madison, will reach 50. Our forecast is up to 49 in Madison later today, and expecting mostly sunny to partly sunny skies today. How about tomorrow for Valentine's Day? Let's plan your day out. 26 at about 6 in the morning, close to 40 already by 10 a.m. Near lunchtime or a little bit after than that, we top out at 50 tomorrow. A lot of spots north of Madison might only see about 46 to 49, but we are expecting 50 here tomorrow afternoon. And then even as you're heading out to dinner, 44 still. I do think we'll see clouds thicken up a little bit late in the evening tomorrow and overnight. That's ahead of our next system, but dry weather expected all throughout the weekend. We'll be very close to our records for Valentine's Day. Our forecast 50. The record was 55 the day after, Sunday 51, and then 63 was our record. So I don't think we're going to come close to that aside of tomorrow, but we are going to have very mild temperatures. The most 50-degree days that we've ever had in February was 7 days in a row, or just 7 days in general in the month. That was last year, 2 years ago in 2024, 2017, and then 2000. We even had a 70-degree day in February. That was the warmest temperature ever on record here in Madison. Our eyes are on that system that I mentioned. 2 systems next week. One will arrive late Tuesday, that lasting through Wednesday. I do think it'll start as just a warm rain because temperatures are going to be mild, and we even could see a few isolated thunderstorms. Then we're going to see that transition over to a mix and then light snow. The second system comes later Thursday through Saturday morning. I do think most of that is going to come Thursday into Friday. By Saturday, we should start to see gradual clouds increase. It will be a wet snow mix, and that could bring a few inches of snow, that secondary system, late next week into next weekend. Definitely a lot cooler too. Temperatures are going to be hovering near 34 Friday, which hence the heavy wet snow, and then we still stay in the mid-30s after that.
Okay, so we got a lot of back and forth over the next few days.
A little bit, yes.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Still ahead, we're getting prepared for Valentine's Day weekend with a sweet treat. It's Valentine's Day weekend, and if you're looking for a way to wow your sweetheart, we've got you covered. Joining me now is Madison Magazine's 2025 Chef of the Year, Chef Evan Daniels of Cadre Restaurant. He's sharing one of his dessert recipes, and the best part, you can make it right at home. Chef Evan, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
So first things first, what are we making today?
So we're going to be making kind of an easy single-serving version of a mascarpone cheesecake. First thing you do, set your oven to 350 degrees, melt some butter and mix some sugar into it. Take graham cracker, toss it in there. We're making our crust, which is going to go on top. Just knead it together with your hands, spread it out on a baking pan, cookie pan, something with parchment usually, and then pop that in your 350-degree oven for about 8 to 10 minutes while it toasts. We're highlighting with this one Crave Brothers chocolate mascarpone, which is a seriously, very few people have heard of this. You can get it at most stores here in Madison. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and that's what's going to flavor this cheesecake. Leave this stuff out on your counter for a few hours, or even overnight, really, if you want to make sure it's room temperature, or this is going to be a whole lot harder. First, you take your mascarpone, just the sweet, regular mascarpone.
Okay.
Then goat cheese.
Goat cheese.
Yep.
Okay.
In equal proportions. Crack 4 eggs into it. Add your sugar.
Okay.
Notice it's quite a bit of sugar.
I'll say, how much sugar are we adding here?
It's 1.5 cups.
1.5 cups
But this is enough to make probably 8 of these cups. This is what's known as creaming sugar.
Okay.
Which is, so you just keep doing this until you can't see any of the grains of sugar. Once you have your sugar creamed in, then add your chocolate mascarpone at the end. Feel free to use like a graduated pitcher to pour this with.
Okay.
We don't have one, so we're gonna do this chef style.
All right.
And you just pour that right in, give it a couple pounds to smooth it out, and then you'll fill all 6 of these.
Okay.
Throw them in your oven at 300 degrees, no convection, if possible, for about 18 minutes until when you start to give it a jiggle, it only jiggles just a tiny little bit in the center, and then let it sit out for 15, 20 minutes, and you're ready to eat as soon as you'd like. And I brought a spoon.
Oh. That's good. We'll share this full recipe on channel3000.com.
I am so hungry for a cheesecake now. Temperatures are going to be really nice heading into Valentine's Day weekend, maybe even 60-degree temperatures on Monday. We'll be right back.
This morning, another partial government shutdown looms. The deadline to pass a funding bill.
Plus, the president continues to put pressure on Iran, the overnight development we're watching.
He's all of Black History Month when it comes down to Madison.
Plus, Madison mourns a Southside leader, the impact he made on his community.
Plus, Madison gets selected for an exclusive music event. The A-list artist behind the surprise announcement.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrian Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. It's Friday, and I hope you're off to a good start, feeling good, because it's going to be feeling good real soon.
Yeah, temperature is going to warm up. Let's get to Savannah. This is the start of that warmer trend, right?
Yeah, this is the beginning of it. So today we're looking at highs that approach 50. There will be some spots across southern Wisconsin that do hit that. I think we'll see that more likely tomorrow across more of the area, but expecting a lot of sunshine. Right now we're at 25, 34 at 9 in the morning, and then yeah, we're topping out very close to 50 degrees today. 50 is the forecast high for tomorrow on Valentine's Day, well above average. We're going to be pushing about 15 to as high as 25 degrees above average. That's not only today and tomorrow, but especially Monday. That's the warmest day out of the next couple of days, and probably won't see temperatures that warm for quite some time to follow. So be sure to get out and about and enjoy it. We'll time out everything we're going to see, including the next system too.
Savannah, thank you. We are following some breaking news this morning. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office is investigating a homicide.
Deputies say they responded to a home on Collins Street in the village of Ridgeway just before 11:30 yesterday morning for a welfare issue. That's what they say. They found a man dead. Investigators say there is a person of interest in custody this morning, and there is no threat to the public. They're still asking anyone with information to contact Iowa County Crime Stoppers at 608-319-6703. We push the story out through the Channel 3000 News app. You can get it too. Just download our app wherever you get yours. Now to the looming deadline in Washington to fund the Department of Homeland Security.
All other federal agencies have funding through September, but DHS is still waiting for congressional approval. Democrats say they will block any new DHS funding until immigration enforcement policies are overhauled. The standoff comes as the federal immigration surge in Minnesota is being concluded. The operation sparked outrage after the fatal shootings of 2 U.S. citizens, Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin warns the Minnesota pullback doesn't mean federal deployments will stop elsewhere.
I am not going to be a signatory to a blank check for this administration to wreak havoc on communities and endanger our neighbors.
Wisconsin Republican Senator Ron Johnson is accusing Minnesota's Attorney General of contributing to the deaths of the 2 U.S. citizens.
Yeah, sit there and smirk. Smirk. It's sick. It is despicable.
Are you asking me for comment, Senator? Because everything you said was untrue. It was a nice theatrical performance, but it was all lies.
Senator Hassan.
You disgust me.
If the Senate doesn't pass a funding bill, key Homeland Security agencies, including FEMA, TSA, Border Patrol, and the Coast Guard, would all feel the impact.
In local news this morning, 2 people are in the hospital after an explosion in Janesville. Janesville Fire says the explosion happened around 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. First responders rushed one person to Mercy Health Hospital. Another was flown to University Hospital's Burn and Wound Center in Madison. Officials say overpressurizations from steam caused the explosion. We don't know the condition of the victims at this hour.
UW-Madison is now requiring students to show proof of vaccinations. The new rule follows a student testing positive for measles earlier this month. UW officials say students can submit official vaccination records or proof of immunity to University Health Services. Students can also disclose that they are not vaccinated and they do not have to provide a reason. All students must report their vaccination status by March 12th. If they don't, they will not be able to register for classes. Now, this move comes as measles cases climb across the U.S. A CBS News analysis shows there are now just over 1,000 cases nationwide. Last year, the U.S. recorded just more than 2,200 measles cases in total.
At the state capitol, protesters demonstrating against data centers. Communities across the state have seen a growing amount of data center proposals and construction in our viewing area. Conversations are happening in Janesville and Beaver Dam. It's led to an influx of resistance. Many hope plans are rejected due to energy costs, water usage, and lack of public oversight.
The long-lasting impact that data centers have on communities and on the environment, that it's really important to just take a step back and reevaluate, and let's learn more about the implications that these projects have on communities.
Proponents say data centers create more jobs and generate revenue for the state.
New this morning, another U.S. aircraft carrier strike group is heading to the Middle East. 3 U.S. officials say the USS Gerald R. Ford will leave the Caribbean to join the USS Abraham Lincoln. The Ford has been in the Caribbean since November as tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela rise. This latest move comes as President Trump keeps up pressure on Iran to reach a nuclear deal.
Continuing coverage now of the search for Nancy Guthrie, which is now in its 13th day. The FBI now releasing some new profiles for the person that they are calling a suspect in the case. Authorities say a 5'9" to 5'10" tall man with an average build was wearing this black Ozark trail hiker backpack. Investigators also telling neighbors to rewatch their security cameras to check footage leading up to the disappearance. 6:35 now. New video into the newsroom this morning. SpaceX launching a crew to the International Space Station.
Now, this launch comes as a replacement to astronauts who returns to Earth after a medical evacuation. NASA sent the U.S., French, and Russian astronauts to the 8 to 9 month mission. The 4 astronauts should arrive at the orbiting lab on Saturday. 6:36. Right now, people throughout Madison are mourning a reverend and local entrepreneur. Larry Jackson died last week after health complications. He was 71. On Madison's South Side, many knew Reverend Jackson as the street doctor. His family says he earned that title because he always seemed to know what his community needed. When he wasn't preaching, he was building a legacy through business. He owned homes on Madison's South Side, founded the local restaurant Natty's, and led the True Worshipers Community Church.
Uncle Larry was one of the first black men that owned property on Fisher Street and then on the South Side. And seeing at those times when I was growing up, seeing somebody, especially our color, owning something, you know, that just changes the way you think about somebody.
Reverend Jackson broke glass ceilings with his entrepreneurship, showing the black community they could have ownership in their own neighborhoods. A funeral service for Reverend Jackson will be held next Friday at Mount Zion Church.
Well, Grammy winner Harry Styles is rolling out listening parties for his new album, Carry On.
Yes, that's right. Only 2 U.S. cities will hear it first, Los Angeles and right here in Madison. The former One Direction star's new album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, drops next month. The listening parties start on Wednesday. It's not Styles' first time in Wisconsin. He performed in Milwaukee in 2021 during his Love On tour. He's also a big Green Bay Packers fan. You can find more details on channel3000.com.
So if I'm not at work Thursday morning, you know where I'm at. No, just kidding.
Yeah, you know, got to get to that listening party. Like, is it?
You can't even, you got to like fill out a thing to just get the chance to go. So it's not anyone can't just show up. So
can't just show up. Got to have that registration.
We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if Savannah's front and center.
I'll be here the next morning if I do.
Yeah.
Have to, or if I do get to go.
I hope the album's good.
Yeah.
Hope it's good.
Are you hoping that it's something new, like it's a fresh take on Harry Styles, or kind of more of the same? What are you hoping for as a big fan?
I was more of like a One Direction fan, like when he was in the band. I liked his first album a lot. His second album was good. I didn't really like like half of the songs on his last album, but the first song he just released on his new album, I'm a Harry Styles fan, but I'm not a huge fan of the song. So I'm hoping that there's some variety on that.
So Harry, you better show up and do better.
Yeah, the only downfall is he's a Green Bay fan. Sad. So sad.
You guys can work that out, I'm sure.
guess.
You can work that out.
Yeah, well, guys, mild weather for Valentine's Day weekend. We're looking at a nice pattern. If you like warm, spring-like weather, that's what we've got for tomorrow. 50 degrees. I think we'll see a lot of sunshine, and that's not only a little bit above average. Our average high is 29 degrees. That is 20+ degrees above average, and that pattern will continue to follow that Sunday and into about midweek next week. And then we've got a cool down. We'll have those details, and also timeout when breezy conditions return coming up.
Sounds good. Coming up in the 608, Josh Breiter is live in Baraboo as the community is once again coming together on Valentine's Day. We'll show you how they're sharing love across all generations. Coming up.
Also after the break, I'm warning you about romance scams targeting your heart and your wallet in my Consumer Report.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608, Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and one community is making sure everyone's feeling the love, including our elders.
Josh Breiter is live in Baraboo with how they're doing just that. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. This is one of our favorite Valentine's Day traditions. We're at our house in Baraboo where they are doing their Adopt a Grandparent event once again. I've got 3 friends joining us in the 608 this morning. I've got Ashley and Beth from our house and also Tony from Nito's Bake Shop. Ashley, I want to start with you. Adopt a Grandparent is back. This is one of your favorite programs of the year.
Absolutely. It gives the community a way to volunteer without having to come in. It gives them a sense of helping out the love the elderly and help out the seniors.
Why is something like this so important for this community, especially Beth?
It's spreading love. That's always been our message here. I don't know. I really don't. That's our purpose, is to spread love and to show the elderly that they're not forgotten. A lot of our residents don't have family, so this is a way to show that they are loved.
And you guys are partnering up with Nito's Bake Shop once again. Tony the baker is here this morning. Tony, good morning to you.
Good morning, Josh. How are you?
So you love to be able to do something like this because this is what you do your job for.
This is my passion project for sure. Just being able to give back and show appreciation for others, and especially for our house. They do a phenomenal job here.
And you have these lovely cookies in front of us. So this is what you do. I know you kind of alternate between cookies, cupcakes. You went with the cookies this year.
Cookies this year. Keep it fresh, right? Edible Valentine.
Why is it important for you? I know this is kind of an important cause for you as well.
Oh, it is. I think seniors are important. Each day is precious, and sometimes I think they're not easy to forget, but sometimes I think they're easily forgotten, and it's important to showcase some love, especially on a day like Valentine's.
Absolutely, and we talk about those precious moments. There's someone we're missing this year. Our News 3 Now viewers have maybe remembered Jeannie. She's given us quite the sound bites over the last couple of years. Unfortunately, she passed away earlier this month, but we wanted to take a couple of moments to look back at some of our favorite moments with Jeannie. Take a look at those cookies. What do you think of those cookies?
They're very yoo-hoo good.
So how special is this? Look at all this love right here.
Oh, this is so wonderful. I am so happy for everybody that called in to adopt us.
Jeannie passed away on February 1st at age 84. And if this is a reason for you to make sure that you're remembering our older folks, our older friends, this is it. I mean, she loved this day. And I know you kind of have a story too, because she was trying to make it to Valentine's Day.
She sure was. She kept saying, oh, just a little longer, a little longer. We're like, it's okay. We'll make you proud.
And she's still in our 608 segment. We just had to take a look back at because she left that positive energy, and this is what it's all about for all these folks here at our house.
Absolutely. Jeannie loved Valentine's. She loves our house. She wanted to adopt everybody and bring everybody with. So this was our way of honoring Jeannie still and carrying out her mission. So what better way?
And this is why it's important to remember everyone this Valentine's Day. So if you are out there and about, make sure that you are spreading love this weekend. That's what Valentine's Day is all about, guys.
Jeannie will be missed, but, you know, the memories she left us all with, that's what's important. Josh Breiter, live this morning. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspired you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
All right, let's get to Savannah. Your first warn forecast starting off at 25 this morning, huh?
Yeah, pretty decent. We've got a couple of teens, but that's mainly just directly to our east and north. Watertown's at 16, 11 in Watoma. Yeah, we're at 25 here in Madison, 27 in Monroe, and 27 in Platteville. So pretty mild. We're well above average here across south central Wisconsin and southwestern Wisconsin. But we do have some cloud cover and some fog to start the morning out. Not going to last long. I think we will see plenty of sunshine later in the day and temperatures that make a run for 50 degrees. There will be a couple areas that top out at that. For us in Madison, I think we'll be up to 49. And wind's not a factor today or tomorrow heading into Valentine's Day weekend. They come up a little bit Sunday, but then we're looking at a pretty breezy day Monday. Winds could gust to around 20 to 25 miles per hour, and that's where we're going to be most of next week. So warm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but also breezy. Winds will definitely be a factor then. How about tomorrow for Valentine's Day? Starting at 6 in the morning, 26, closer to 10 in the morning. We'll be almost looking at 40, topping out at 50. And then even as you're heading to dinner, temperatures are still expected to be near 44. I do think we'll have a lot of sunshine the first half of the day, and then a few more thicker clouds start to move in towards the late afternoon, early evening, and the nighttime hours. So how many days have we seen the 50s? We've had 7 days. That's the longest stretch during the month of February back in 2024, 2017, and 2000. Haven't seen any 50s yet, but we are going to. Our record warmest day in February in Madison, 70 degrees. It's not going to be that warm, but we're going to get close to that nearly on Monday. Monday's looking very warm. I think some spots could even top out in the lower 60s. It's more likely to our southwest and south across northern Illinois. I still think that we're going to get very close to that 60-degree mark here in Madison. Janesville, Beloit, Clinton, Lake Geneva, Platteville. I think those spots could top out at 60 degrees on Monday. Then we're cooling down a little bit. The next system we're keeping our eyes on will throw in a lot of cloud cover once we get to Monday night and Tuesday. Then Wednesday night into Thursday, the rain arrives. Temperatures are still going to be sitting near 50 though. So anything is going to come as rain to start. And I think as the system ends, it'll mix in with mixed precipitation Thursday. Second system Friday could bring us some snow behind the low pressure system, but we've got a nice pattern, the 30s even to follow that, which is still a little bit above average.
All right, I love to see this. Temps blooming for us. Savannah, thank you. And let's get you prepared for your morning commute if you haven't headed out just yet. Let's take a look at I-39 and 90. Those average speeds around 76 miles per hour, but it looks like your commute's going to be pretty smooth sailing. Same for US 12 and 151. Speeds moving right along for this morning commute.
Couples are getting ready for Valentine's Day tomorrow, but romance scammers are also using the holiday to target victims.
Our consumer reporter, Michelle Renee Quinn, has the red flags to watch out for and how to report it if you or a loved one falls victim. Michelle Renee, what can you tell us?
Chris, Kyrian, good morning. Happy Valentine's Day Eve. Now, Valentine's Day is when scammers use a special type of con that leaves victims with a broken heart and drained bank account. AARP says adults aged 50 to 64 are especially at risk of being targeted, and the FBI says seniors are often targeted because they tend to be more trusting and polite. In 2020, financial losses from reported romance scams were $600 million. But in 2024, those losses jumped to $2.4 billion, according to the Federal Trade Commissions. And experts say those numbers are likely higher because so many people don't report that they've been a victim.
Create this trusting bond with this person, and once that they know that you trust them, they're going to start asking you for money.
The FBI says be cautious if a person you're talking to online wants to quickly leave the dating app or social media site to communicate directly, or if the person makes excuses to not meet in person, and never send money to someone you have only communicated with online or by phone. And if you or a loved one has been victim, report it to the Internet Crime Complaint Center.
All right, there's a scam for every season, but we know we'll be informed with you, Michelle Renee.
Got you guys.
Thank you. Well, coming up in the morning sprint, Madison police are rolling out new rules aimed at boosting transparency with the community, what you can now look out for.
And if you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. The sprint is next. 6:54, time for the morning sprint.
We continue to follow breaking news this morning. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office is investigating a homicide in the village of Ridgeway. They say deputies responded to a residence on Collins Street yesterday morning where they found a man dead. They say a person of interest is in custody and there is no threat to the public.
Lawmakers scrambling in Washington to avoid another partial shutdown. The Senate failed yesterday to advance a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats say they won't support new DHS money without immigration and ICE reforms. A shutdown would hit agencies like the TSA, FEMA, and Border Patrol. The deadline is 11 p.m. our time.
Right now, 2 people are in the hospital after an explosion in Janesville. Janesville Fire Department officials say the explosion happened Wednesday afternoon. That's where first responders took 1 person to Mercy Health Hospital. Another person was flown to the University Hospital Burn and Wound Center in Madison. Officials say overpressurizations from steam caused the explosion.
Madison police changing how officers are identified. Plainclothes officers must now wear something that shows that they're a member of the police department, like a jacket, patch, or shirt. Squad cars will also have special placards indicating that they're with MPD. The police chief says he hopes it'll bring clarity to the community.
Well, temperatures are going to be close to 50. Right now, we're closer to the 30-degree mark, still very mild. 50 for Valentine's Day tomorrow. Lower to mid-50s for Sunday, still expecting sunshine during that time frame. And then maybe making a run for the 60-degree mark on Monday. I think it's more likely across like Platteville, Janesville, the Rockford area across northern Illinois, but I think we could see that too. Breezy, but will be dry. So Monday's gonna be, all weekend's gonna be beautiful, but if you don't make it a point to get outside Monday, even if you literally just step outside and sit outside.
Go ahead and call off work.
Yeah, honestly. I give everyone a free pass.
Free pass.
There you go, Savannah said so.
We'll see how that goes over, but yes, get out and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
All right.
CBS Mornings is next.
Next newscast at 9 a.m.
Have a good weekend.